Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to America's #1 talk show, the Rise and Grind Mastermind call. This call was started on September the 8th, 2016 by Tamika Williams. And the purpose of this call, or the description of this call, no single individual has significant knowledge, native ability, the know-it-all to be successful businessmen, successful relationships, successful employees, employers, all on their own. It takes a group of like-minded individuals coming together with a common purpose to achieve a common goal, to be as successful and productive as they can. This model was this idea was adopted from Napoleon Hill's timeless classic, Think and Grow Rich. It's a great book. If you haven't already added it to your collection, get it. It's out there on audiobooks, or you can go to Barnes & Noble's, Amazon. Check the book out. It's very empowering. We're also in the midst of our 67-day challenge. It takes 67 days to create a new habit. That's what the latest scientific research has shown, and we're in the process of that. So I hope everyone is keeping up with their commitment. We're nearing the end of it, and the goal of that is to change your life in a great way by creating a new habit. My name is Randolph Mapp. I'll be the host of this call along with Tamika and Shayna. And today's topic is creating a system, or the importance of having a system. Systems are designed, or they're a set of principles or procedures, designed to get a procedure done. Also enlightened that systems also means an acrostic or an acronym would be save yourself time and money. Save yourself time, energy, and money. I'm sorry. I think is it time, energy, and money to make, or time and money?
Yes, time, energy, and money.
Time, energy, and money. Thank you so much. We all have systems, whether we know it or not. We all have a way that we like to do things. I know when I first began entered into the workforce. My first job was at Taco Bell. I didn't know what was going on, and they said, hey, this is how we do things around here. They were introducing me to a system of how they get things done around there, and every job, every home, everyone, like I said, has a way in which they do things so that they can be as efficient as they like. Me, myself personally, I have a system that I live by, that I begin to live by, as well as just with this call. Every morning, we dedicate our time to do this call. It's a part of my routine. The system is a habit. Once you do it over and over and over again, it becomes a routine. You can do it unconsciously almost. Some of my habits or my systems that I have in my daily routine, it's pretty simple. It's 7 days in a week. I'm off 2 days a week. Monday and Wednesdays are my days. I do absolutely nothing in my system. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am in complete grind mode. And really on Monday and Tuesday, I'm still moving around doing some things to keep my system in place, whether it's doing some research, whether it's reading, whether it's making music, buying materials, cleaning up around the house, reorganizing, things of that nature to keep Randolph's system in line. What does my system look like? It looks a little something like this. It's 24 hours in a day. God, I wish we had more hours, but I have to maximize the time that I have. So normally my day begins every morning at about 7:30, 8. I'm up. I'm not up, but I'm consciously, mentally, I'm up. I'm meditating, preparing myself for what's ahead. Some days are better than others. Some days I want to just lay there, but I do get that moment of meditation, that quiet time in. From there, my system, I begin to prepare myself, do the normal routine, get up, coffee, that type of ordeal. Affirmations are in place before I do all that. I'm saying my affirmations. I'm beginning to get myself mentally prepared for the day. Once I'm getting all that in line, I'm pretty much ready to go because I know if I got to go to work, I know what I got to do if I'm going to my job at California Pizza Kitchen, or I know if I'm going to school, I need to have this material read so that I'm informed or I'm aware of what's ahead in class that day. I've read, so I'm prepared. If it's pertaining to maybe doing something, in regards to making music, I've checked out a few YouTube videos or checked out some new chords or seen what new, musical instruments are out, so I'm pretty much up on it so that when I go to handle whatever task that is set before me, I'm pretty much prepared for it most of the time, most of the time. And a big part of me and the productivity in my system is preparation. I have to just say that because, it's almost like going back to, like I was saying, when I began on my first job that I had. I realized that before they even opened up for shop, you had to make sure paperwork was done. You had to make sure that, food was prepared, everything was set up. Preparation is one of the most important parts in making sure that you have a pretty solid system. You want to make sure that you have everything, your checks and balances. You can go down your list, make sure I got this, I got that, and then, whenever you begin to, whether you're opening up your business in-home, or your commercial business, or you're about to, get your kids ready for school or whatever it is, preparation is important because that sets the tone of how the day is going to be, because nobody likes to really get up and just go right at it. It's almost like, things are chaotic and things don't really run as smooth as a system is designed to run. That's a little bit that I had on the importance of developing a system or utilizing a system to be the most productive you. I'd like to turn the call over to maybe someone in the group right now if they'd like to chime in on the importance of a system.
Okay, yeah, this is Tamika Williams. I want to talk about having a system. A system is something that we typically have in place, and the system acronyms were actually, they were come up by Mark Victor Hansen, which is a motivational speaker, and he's the co-author of the book Chicken Soup for the Soul and a few other books like The Aladdin Factor, co-author of that book as well. But save yourself time, energy, and money. The motto of this call is start your day with a vision, and we always want to reiterate that we do this call to become more successful. That's the purpose of a mastermind group, and that's the purpose of sharing any kind of thing you know. In today's society where a lot of people are sharing the ideas that they know, it's a good way to get your bang for your buck, because when you know something and you specialize in something, you become your own expert. No matter if you know something that millions of other people know, you make it individualized when it's coming from you. So a lot of people are sharing their skills, they're sharing their expertise on YouTube, on any kind of social media like Facebook, all the how-to videos out there. That's how you're able to get your bang for your buck. So when we talk about systems, save yourself time, energy, and money, when you find out what it is, whatever that vision is that you have for your life, say, for example, in business, when you have a system in place, a system is basically preventing stress. And we all know that some people feel like they work well under pressure. When the deadline is due, that's when they're able to cram it out. But realistically, it's not true when it comes to the human body. Us as humans, we don't do good with any kind of stress. That means stress in relationships, stress as far as finances, stress as far as anything is concerned. Everything we do, we need to have systems in place. Even when the expected is the unexpected or the vice versa, there always needs to be a system, some kind of strategy. Well, if this happens, I know that I have this going on. I have my system set up in place. When you think about the acronyms system, save yourself. This is meant to have some kind of backup plan in motion where, of course, we all know that life is unexpected. Anything that we can expect, we always have to expect the unexpected because, we live in a big world, a huge world. And it's not just, we're thinking about the thoughts and ideas of ourselves, it's other people. So in business, you have to have systems in place where you are able to delegate. Delegating helps you save a lot of time. And even without business, you think about delegating. Say, for example, when it comes to getting your hair done, whether you're getting your hair done styled as a woman or you're getting it cut as a male, You could probably learn from a YouTube video, go to hair school, etc., to try to save money as far as getting your hair done or getting your hair cut. But will it save you time? Is it the best use of your time? So 9 times out of 10, when we pay for a professional to get our hair done or to get our hair cut, it's not because we necessarily don't know how to do it, but it's not the best system that you have in place where you get the most effective use of your time. So that's one example that I wanted to give. Also, we have fast food all around us. Sometimes the fast food choices aren't the best, but have a system in place where, hey, it's Monday, I know I need to have the food that I want to eat for the week. Have the system in place to save yourself time that you don't have to hit up so many fast food restaurants or some people meal prep. But that's the reason why there's a book created like Eat That Frog, because we need to have systems in place in every aspect of our life to save ourselves time, energy, and money. When you come from a concept of saving yourself time, everything needs to be beneficial. You need the job done right. For example, for myself personally, when I was running a staffing agency and I had a daycare center going on and I had an in-home daycare, I needed someone to interview probably about 200 candidates. Now, these 200 candidates were not coming for face-to-face interviews. I just wanted someone to call them directly, give them a phone interview, qualify them to see where they even worth my time as far as meeting in person. So I easily placed a Craigslist ad, found someone, interviewed that person, and that became my personal assistant. 9 times out of 10, we probably met up at a restaurant to, if he had anything to give me paperwork-wise. But usually he was just my virtual personal assistant, and I paid him, virtually. I paid him through PayPal or through direct deposit or something like that because I was able to utilize my time more effectively. Even in the small business that I have now, the time, whether it's 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever, that I'm able to be more beneficial with my time by setting myself up time gaps to save myself time, energy, and money. Realize in life, we are not meant to do everything. That's the purpose of why mastermind groups are so successful for attaining great riches, because you don't have one person trying to do everything, trying to learn everything. You're sharing ideas amongst each other, and you're letting people know that, hey, this is what works for me. It might be beneficial to you. See if it works for you. If you think on your past about things that you've been successful at, you can think about some of the systems that you had set up in place. Now, just like I gave the analogy, the example of getting your hair done, the same thing goes for your nails or if you're buying clothes. Set up a systematic approach where you're not always going shopping when the impulse comes. We're at a season where there's a lot of impulse buying going on right now because of the holiday Christmas. A lot of people weren't expecting or planning on spending the money that they're spending now, but this holiday is no surprise. You knew in November, you knew in January, you knew throughout all the months of the year that Christmas was coming. So if this is something that you celebrate, the most beneficial thing to do is to plan in advance. How many people you're buying Christmas for, if any, Christmas presents for, what are your ideas? Plan these things in advance so you won't be cramming, wasting your time in the end. I know for myself personally, I'm an online shopper, so that's how I can save myself a lot of time. And I do a lot of techniques online. But a lot of people that you may hear walk around here and say, hey, I'm not too savvy on social media. I don't know how to do that social media marketing that you do. If you realize that that is a way to save yourself time because it's beneficial, to learn the techniques to get more customers or paying someone, just think about the ways we did a call that was very informative about innovation, because usually there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new that's being created. It's just a new way to innovate things. But, for example, there's a company out there called Constant Contact. And if you think about Constant Contact, or if you've used Constant Contact before, Constant Contact is a highly growing company, and they're making tons of money from sending emails out. But emails take up a lot of people's time throughout their day. If you think about the time management that you have in your day, as well as managing or running a company, email marketing campaigns catch people's attention. Because all throughout the day, we know we have our smartphones with us, and we're checking our emails. Whether it's something we're going to buy or not going to buy, 9 times out of 10, we're still opening the email to see what it's about. So we all know that email marketing campaigns work. But also there are a lot of, unsavvy people that don't know how to send out email marketing campaigns without paying a third party. So it's so much in this earth as far as delegating your time to be more beneficial. You just have to realize what is it that you need to delegate. For example, Publix delivers groceries now. And back in the day, there used to be a company called Webvan that used to deliver your groceries, which saves people a lot of time, a lot of money to have your normal grocery list that you can go online, and Publix will deliver at that exact time that you say deliver. You can even pay your tip in advance. So it's ways that we need to realize, hey, if I'm going to take my life to the next level, how am I going to allot for myself to have less stress? By saving myself time, energy, and money by only focusing on doing the things that I personally need to be doing. Everything else needs to come from a systematic, habitual approach, which means from a state of habit, something that you put in place and it's running like a well-oiled machine. Basically, that's the approach that we need to have. I was listening to an audiobook yesterday, and I was learning about how Bill Gates, who he studied to attain the riches that he has. And I realized he studied Walt Disney. He studied the failure. He studied the success. And he understood the concept that even Napoleon Hill wrote about when he researched Disney, and he researched, how you achieve great success after great failure. So he was looking forward to, understanding his personal failures and his personal mistakes, going through that personal motion. But he researched this man to understand the people that he had in place, the people he was surrounded by. And therefore, he emulated that. He emulated a mastermind group concept. He visualized by what he wanted by consistently creating PowerPoint presentations. So like we talk about vision boards can be in the form of a photo album. Vision boards can be in a scrapbook. But what I realized Bill Gates does is he creates PowerPoint presentations with his visualizations, that he uses those as his vision boards. The way that the people that you surround yourself with, the strategies that you have in place, those are your systems. And I just want to go ahead and pass it back off to Randolph about systems, or pass it back off to Shana if she's available.
All right. Thank you so much, Tamika, for that excellent feedback on the importance of systems and the different systems that they have out there to save yourself, to save me time, energy, and money. So we do thank everyone for listening to the call this morning. We hope that you tune in to us on, if you invite someone to the call, if not, continue to listen to us. Excuse me. On SoundCloud, YouTube, iPod, podcast, virtually whatever. I believe we're out on everything, aren't we, Tamika, by now? I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So we thank you all for tuning in to the call, and we hope you all have a great, productive day. Thank you.